Yael, welcome to 42 Questions.
Hi.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
How did you start your day today?
So, as almost every day, I run out to the train. Barely managed to get on the train, get over here, have my breakfast at the coffee shop, and start my day at the office.
Okay. Well, what are you most looking forward to nowadays?
Yeah, this is actually pretty exciting time. So we have one major paper coming out very soon on our work on artificial retina. It's a very nice collaboration with a team from Linz and Linköping in Sweden. And we are also working on establishing a new company. So this is also in process. So these are very busy
Exciting
times. Exciting times.
All right. Who was the last person you wrote an email to?
So it was probably my travel agent.
Okay. Which was the last conference you delivered a lecture at?
So 2 weeks ago, I was in the first GRC conference on neuroelectronic interfaces. That was in the US. It was a brilliant conference.
Okay. So, country you last visited?
That was the US.
Okay. Country you wish to visit?
Okay, so I would probably say Botswana.
Okay. Describe your version of a relaxed weekend.
So before I had my twins, it used to be reading books, enjoying the nice weather, hopefully, and just relaxing. These days, it would be just running after them, running after birds, running after cats, and just hoping for nice weather.
Okay. Which was the last news article or a publication that you read which went you go, wow?
So there's there are a lot of them, but some very recent work that I came across was a study. It's an ongoing study where Spanish researchers are investigating the use of MEMS devices that are internalized by cells to monitor intracellular properties of cells.
Okay. That sounds very interesting.
That's very wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. If it works,
If it works,
great.
right? This is the big question. How much cells can internalize without really affecting their properties?
Yeah. Okay. Your top 3 journals of choice.
So this is a question I can't really answer because I work in a very multidisciplinary field, and so we end up publishing in different journals, and usually it's an agonizing process anyway.
Yeah, sure.
So I can't really come up with a
top
three. Yeah.
Okay. Which was your craziest or scariest experiment in the lab?
So I think the experiments we do with the retina are the most complex, craziest. These are experiments that involve everything from solid state physics all the way to retina physiology. So it's combining electrophysiology with optical stimulation with calcium imaging. It's a giant microscope, lots of different components. This would probably be it. And it's culmination also ongoing work in the lab of the past at least 10 years of different setups that we build, and everything coming together. So eventually you do one experiment which takes a few hours, but behind it there's 10 years worth of work.
Okay. Wow, that sounds interesting. On a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being we're there, where do you think gender equality is in science?
So again, tricky question. I'm a professor of electrical engineering, and I'm the only female in my department of about 25 faculty members.
Okay.
So from this perspective, I would say 3 out of 10. In the GRC conference I've been to, there was a wonderful representation of female invited speakers and wonderful female researchers, and so this gives a little bit more confidence towards maybe even 7, 8. Also the fact that a lot of the male researchers are very aware and very becoming more and more engaged in this. So this is not any longer a female issue, it's actually a scientific issue. So from that level it gives a lot more optimism. So it's a little bit difficult to tell, where things are heading. So at some levels there are things that are stuck, and at some level there's a lot more awareness and a lot more progress, and things are moving forward. So my final score would be probably something like 5 or 6.
Okay. Optimistic.
There is some reason for optimism, but there's still a lot more to do. So I think from the institutional point of view, there are systems that are not still aware of how much work needs to be done. At the more individual level, people are much more aware, and there's a lot more information and a lot more understanding of the challenges. So it's about, I think things would really move ahead when the institutional elements will take more responsibility, which presently I don't think they do. I mean, they like to say that they do, but they don't.
Okay.
They don't really appreciate what needs to be done, I think.
Okay.
Subscribe to the Science Talk to get your dose of science today.
Thank you, Yael.